At some point, almost everyone has experienced this. You're scrolling late at night, not looking for anything specific, just moving forward. And then you see something that makes you stop. Not because it's impressive, not because it's scary, but because it feels wrong. It doesn't belong in your feed, it doesn't explain itself. And yet, there it is on your feed, looking right at you. Today, we're talking about an internet phenomenon no one can truly explain. Not because it's hidden behind uh, internet pages, not because it's a secret from Illuminati, but it's because it exists in plain sight and it refuses to explain why it's there. The internet was originally built with intention. Every page had a purpose, every post had a creator, every file existed because someone wanted it to exist. Early internet spaces were messy, but understandable, especially in the AOL area back in the day where it was AOL, MySpace, Facebook, where the internet was more of a free for all. Forums had conversations, websites had goals in mind, profiles had people behind them. Like all the MySpace accounts had people there. There were no bots, there were no AI users on MySpace. They were all real, genuine people. The internet didn't get smaller, it got bigger and deeper. And when some things get deep enough, things start to disappear. In the real world, forgotten places decay. Paint peels off, lights shut off, buildings crumble and collapse. But online, forgotten things don't disappear, they just sit there perfectly preserved. A website from 2008 still loads instantly. A YouTube channel last updated 11 years ago still waits for people to visit. A post with no reply still exists, unchanged. Nothing erodes, nothing ages, and this creates something strange. A digital world full of things that were never meant to last. Now, the phenomenon we're going to be talking about is content that exists without meaning. Here's where the juice begins. Across the internet, there is content that has no clear origin, no explanation, no context, no payoff, yet it continues to spread across the internet. Videos of empty rooms looping endlessly, audio files playing distorted noises with no description, channels uploading hundreds of near identical clips, never responding to comments. Sometimes the titles are random strings of letters, sometimes they're just numbers, sometimes there's no title at all, and yet they're still here. Now you may be wondering, why do people watch it? That's the first question everyone asks. Why does this content get views? The answer to that, it could be very uncomfortable. Confusion is magnetic. When your brain doesn't understand something, it doesn't disengage, it leans forward. You replay the video, you scroll the comments, you look for someone, anyone, to explain it, and the longer you stay, the more the system notices. It's like when you're looking on TikTok and you get these clips of maybe a movie or a video or an audio clip of a conversation, and there's always a part two, but the page never posts the part two. So you go through the comments, scouring the comments, looking for, spoilers, looking for someone linking it, looking for someone giving the details so you don't have to search for it. But that extra time that you're staying notifies the system and keeps feeding this kind of content to you. The algorithm doesn't care what something is. Here's an important thing to understand: algorithms do not recognize meaning, they recognize behavior. So if you're endlessly scrolling through comments trying to find the answer, that type of content is going to score higher on your algorithm, and it's going to be pushed, more videos like that will be pushed towards you. So if a video gets replayed, keeps viewers longer than expected, like searching through the comments to find answers, or even generates confusion driven engagement, those videos get rewarded. Even if it's empty, even if it's meaningless, even if it wasn't meant to be seen. This is how algorithmic ghosts are born. In many cases, the original creator is gone. They've stopped posting, they've forgotten the account, they moved on with their life. But the content didn't move on. It kept being recommended years later to people who weren't even online when it was uploaded. You're not discovering it, it's being resurfaced. Just like all those old Vine videos or TikToks that show videos from 10, 15, 20 years ago, like the Charlie bit my finger video. Those kids, when that video was made, are full-grown adults with lives of their own. But that video keeps getting resurfaced over and over. The comments under these posts are often more unsettling than the content itself. You'll see people saying, I don't know how I ended up here. Why does this keep getting recommended to me? Is this part of something? Sometimes people ask if it's an ARG. Sometimes they assume it's art. Sometimes they think it's automated. And sometimes there's no one coming, but yet the views keep going up. Thousands of views, zero explanation, just silent witnesses. Instances like this would be considered digital liminal spaces. This phenomenon mirrors something we've already feared. Liminal spaces. Liminal spaces are hallways, empty malls, office buildings after hours, places meant to be passed through but not occupied. Online liminal spaces look like dead profiles, unfinished websites, videos that feel like transitions to nowhere. They are digital spaces without a present. Not alive, not gone, just waiting. Humans are making meaning machines. We need stories, intent, purpose. When something denies us those things, it creates tension. Not fear, tension. Your brain keeps searching, keeps replaying, keeps asking, what am I missing? But there's nothing to find. And that's the problem with these videos. It's like you see those photos that people will post on Facebook or other places where they say something dumb like, if you could spot the snake in the picture, then you're a scout sniper or a Navy SEAL sniper or, whatever it may be. The problem with those posts are in the photo, there is no snake. So the post is meant to keep you looking and looking and looking at the photo that they posted, staying on their post to drive up that engagement time for the algorithm. This is the most disturbing realization. The internet no longer needs us to actively maintain it. Content doesn't survive because someone cares. It survives because systems keep it alive. Recommendations, archives, mirrors, re-uploads. Even if every human involved disappears, the content would remain. Is it art? Is it random? Or is it nothing? People try to categorize this phenomenon. Some say it's experimental art. Some say it's automated content farms. Some say it's meaningless noise. The truth? It could be all those things at once, and none of them explain why it feels the way it does. The feeling is the point. This phenomenon isn't scary because of what it shows. It's unsettling because of what it withholds. No explanation, no conclusion, no resolution, just presence and just existence. We were never meant to sit with this much nothing. Before the internet, emptiness was rare. Silence meant isolation. Abandonment was visible. Forgotten places did disappear. Now emptiness is endless, accessible, and instant. You can stare into it whenever you want, and once you notice it, you can't unsee it. The internet has become something unexpected. Not a tool, not a library, not even a social space. It's a massive, self sustained archive of moments, some intentional, some accidental, some never meant to matter. And scattered throughout it are things that exist for no reason other than the fact that they were never removed. The phenomenon no one can explain isn't a single video or website. It's the realization that meaning is no longer required for something to exist. Only the attention is needed for something to exist.